Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your mid-month tarot update for the month of April. We're going to go ahead and jump right in and see what is coming up for you for the rest of the month here. Any energies, challenges, or advice you might need to know about. But as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. We have the Eight of Wands coming out. Maybe you're feeling some movement towards your goals, some alignment, growth. We have the Empress coming out, so growth. Really maybe nurturing ideas that you've been having here. Seeing where you can grow things, practice, excel. For your overall energy of the month, we have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. The first thing I thought about, especially with the Eight of Wands and the Empress here, is that you've kind of taken what you've already learned and you're now applying it. You've learned the hard lessons, you've had to go through the pains, and part of that has also made you put up some boundaries. These are probably new boundaries that you thought you may never had to have set, but it feels like you've recently learned your lesson, something you've been burnt here. And again, it has made you want to put up some boundaries. Your overall challenge is the Knight of Cups and Judgment. Again, I think this does come down to the way you're thinking and feeling about things is very I want to say maybe you're in a new position that you've not been in before, so you're having new feelings and thoughts come up that maybe are guiding you in directions you weren't expecting to go into. We have Judgment coming through, so again, I feel like there's this energy of having to have that serious and honest conversation with yourself about what you want to keep nurturing, what you want to grow, and what kind of maybe is not in your path. And this can come down to as simple things as habits, this can be setting boundaries with yourself about your habits. It could be as simple as, putting a boundary around your screen time or about how long you hang on call with your friends. But this also could be a bigger boundary within relationships. But it feels like this boundary needs to be made and you're kind of having this harsh realization because it is affecting your feelings, it is affecting your mindset, and that is something that you're kind of struggling with coming to terms with here. Your advice is the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's an opportunity here to, I wanted to say, renew some energies within the family home, within life, within connections with people. The Ten of Pentacles usually is about being more grounded in family, in life, and building towards a legacy. And because the Ace of Pentacles came out after it, I feel like it is, maybe you've had an ending or a break or a pause in this family home energy, and we're restoring that now. We're building upon that. We're having opportunities to strengthen that bond again. And I think it's very important that you're taking this time to be strengthening maybe even your ideas to what it means to you about having a family, being close to your family, what your future that you want to build looks like. Again, now is the perfect time to be getting clear on that. For your outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Nine of Pentacles. The message here is really things will change, things will start turning in your favor, luck will change and turn, but it's about nurturing and being patient and watering these opportunities, watering these plants, watering these seeds. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles and we also have the Ace of Cups. So I really feel like this is the time for you to be getting clear on what you need for your emotional and mental world and building support systems around that, and really setting boundaries, getting clear on what it is that, fills your cup up, recharges your battery, what opportunities provide growth and I guess just more growth for you, I guess, is the energy there. You're wanting growth and it is coming in for you with the Eight of Wands. But it's all about nurturing the opportunities and nurturing the strong points, nurturing what's going to grow, because, I feel like you've planted a lot of seeds here. You've had a lot of different opportunities, and some are stronger than others. Some are really growing strong and others are kind of starting to maybe dwindle. Maybe you don't feel the energy for them anymore, and it's okay to let these things go. And I think that's kind of a lesson that you're learning, and it's also maybe the harsh lesson of learning that you don't always get to choose which are the opportunities and which aren't. We're going to start clarifying here so we can go a little bit deeper for you. So clarifying the Eight of Wands. Let's see, what do we have? Sagittarius. What is this movement and opportunities, advancements looking like? The Page of Cups. Maturing in your emotional world. And the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like maybe a family member might be offering you an opportunity. I don't know why I get the feeling that maybe it could be an apprenticeship. I feel like maybe you're also hesitant towards it, maybe because of some stigma around it. That would be for some of you lovely Sagittariuses out there. Clarify the Empress in regards to this Eight of Wands, please. I don't know if it is a motherly figure wanting you to push for this. Let's see, what is this Empress energy for Sagittarius? They're kind of pushing you towards this choice. Whoever this Empress energy is, maybe you're pushing yourself towards this choice. You're wanting to have growth, and I feel like that's how you're looking at it, but you're trying to look at it from a balanced perspective here. Let's see. Clarify the Lovers, Two of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Right, so this is what I was thinking is it could potentially be someone who has a very motherly attitude and instinct towards you, and they want the best for you and they want the growth for you. It does not have to be your mother here, but it does feel like almost like soulmate partnership here, where they care deeply about you, you care deeply about them, and you're nurturing it and growing. And I feel like whatever this opportunity is, like I said, it feels like it is in the family world, but it could be that this opportunity that's coming in is allowing you to deepen this connection to build your future family here. I feel like that's maybe what we're working towards. It would make sense because we have a lot of cups coming through, and we also have a lot of pentacles. And when we see a lot of these suits combined, it has to do with the emotional world, but also bringing that into the physical world and building, you know, physical connections and relationships with people. So this opportunity that is coming in, again, it feels like this will be a great time to be deepening this connection, and it'll be very quick advancements in this as well when you accept this opportunity. Maybe an opportunity to teach, learn, mentor. Again, it seems like a very promising opportunity for you here. So for your overall energy, we have the Knight of Swords. If we can clarify that Knight of Swords energy, please. Sagittarius, we have the Queen of Swords. And one more card. We have the Three of Wands. So it is about wanting to mature and grow, especially in the emotional world, and it is coming in the mental world, and it is coming in from having had to learn your lessons maybe the hard way. I think the thing about the Queen of Swords coming out though is because you have to tap into the divine feminine in the mind rather than the masculine. I feel like that is what will guide you more. I feel like, I don't know why I get this energy that the King of Cups is very, he's a bit, not the King of Cups, sorry. The King of Swords, I feel like if you bring that energy into yours, it's almost very harsh and intense. The Queen of Swords, she has a bit more of a softness about this. She doesn't stand for BS, but she is more soft, and I feel like that's what you need to lean into is like, yes, you've been hurt and you've had, negative things happen for you, but you can still be open and receptive to other opportunities. You don't have to fully close yourself off from these things. I think that's also why the Nine of Wands is coming out, but can you please clarify this Nine of Wands, Spirit? What is this Nine of Wands for a lovely Sagittarius watching this video? Have Justice. I think that is coming back to what I was saying about being more fair with your boundaries, being more realistic with the boundaries that you're setting. The High Priestess reversed. I feel like you have to go against your instinct of completely bordering up the walls and blocking everybody out. I feel like that's really what you want to do right now is like, okay, I'm not letting anybody in. But there's some energy here that is really pushing to come through for you. And I feel like there's a lot of growth and a lot of change there when we nurture this connection. And I think this message is coming through because, again, you need to be open and receptive to this energy when it comes through, and you can't have these super, super strong walls built up. And I feel like that also is going to be leading into why the Knight of Cups is your challenge, because you kind of just want to put on this face of like, I'm not phased by anything. It's totally cool. You know, Water of the Ducks back. The King of Wands reversed. It's a defense mechanism, and I think it's working in some extent. This defense mechanism of like, I'm not bothered by anything, I'm not worried, but it is shaking your confidence. You know, the way that you're maybe acting and the face that you're putting on, the way that you're masking is not true to yourself, and it is kind of wearing you down, and you're not feeling the most confident. And I think, especially if you're putting this mask on around your friends, you need to start questioning, are they your true friends if you need to be putting on such a heavy mask? You know, if you feel like they're not going to not be understanding, then maybe you need to find some friends that would be. It's okay to have some friends that you're not open with and that, you know, don't need to know everything. There's different levels of friendship here, but if you're having to keep up an appearance in front of your very close friends, then I feel like maybe they're not as close of friends as you think. And I think that's definitely a challenge that you're coming to face here, is that you feel like you don't have people that you can talk to, or you feel like you have to isolate yourself, but I feel like that energy is not helping you. So if the people around you aren't people that you can be open with, I think finding some people that you can be open with will be very beneficial. I know it feels like a burden, and I know it feels like a tough thing to do, and that it will take forever to find new friends and all of these things, but it'll be a very healing and rewarding experience for you if you do that. Judgment. What is this coming through as your challenge? Why is this a challenge? For Sagittarius, please. Why is Judgment a challenge here? Maybe it is hard for you to have these harsh conversations with yourself. What is this? So we have the Nine of Cups and we have the King of Cups reversed. Again, I feel like you're doing the easy thing of like, and the immature thing of not dealing with the emotions, not dealing with being open and having those hard conversations with yourself, having those honest conversations with yourself. I feel like you're very much struggling with this, and maybe that is why you are more avoidant with your friends, is because you're scared that they're going to call you out. This avoidant thing it's successful for now, but it's not going to be forever. 222, there's got to be balance. You can avoid some things, but you can't avoid everything. The advice is the Ten of Pentacles. So this is, for me, all about focusing on this deep connection, this soulmate connection that I feel coming through, maybe a twin flame, and keeping that in your mind when you're making decisions and building. What do you want your future family to look like? What connections are you wanting to make? Let's see. We have strength. Strength I'm also seeing as balance and moderation after some discussions of the cards today, so that it might be an energy for you of needing things in balance and moderation. Again, I think you have to make that tough decision, like I said, of what you want your future to look like, and are your current actions aligning with your goals for the future, and having that conversation like, I want my future family to look like this and be like this, but are your current actions aligning with what you want and how you're building it? The Ace of Pentacles coming through, I do feel like this is the universe giving you an opportunity to mature, to grow, to build upon what you want your future to be, to start taking the action. I think is also very important. Let's see, what is this Ace of Pentacles for my lovely Sagittarius? We have the Knight of Pentacles. It is all about taking those steps. It will be a slow journey, it will be a long journey, but it is the journey that needs to happen. You need to do the slow, time-consuming work to build what you want, and it starts with having those honest conversations with yourself of what works and what doesn't. Like I said, the universe is offering you opportunities for investment in change here, and it's all about you helping the universe help you. This Wheel of Fortune as your outcome. What is this for Sagittarius, please, Spirit? We have the Hermit. Again, I think you gotta start like solo stuff. It's helping you every now and then, but again, you don't want to be isolating yourself. You got to be letting those walls down to have growth, to have opportunities, to have movement. Yeah, if you're wanting, and oh my gosh, the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles is coming out over this Two of Cups situation. There's definitely a soulmate connection going on here, but you need to be open to it. You need to be receptive to it. And if you're in a current relationship, you need to be open and receptive to deepening it, working together. There are opportunities coming out for that right now, and the universe is trying to deepen this for you. But you also, like I said, you need to be open, you need to be receptive, and you need to be working on your inner wounds so that you can be blossoming in your external world. the 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. It is about nurturing this future connection, and it seems very, very stable, whatever it is coming through. Very stable, very secure. There is a lot of future success and growth in this connection. I want to say happy family vibes. I feel very positively about it. But again, it has to be a collaboration. It has to be openly talked about. It has to be, you know, open and honest. And that's where judgment comes in. If you can't have an open and honest conversation with yourself, how can you have an open and honest conversation with your future partner, the person you want to build a life with? That is all I have for your reading today, Sagittarius. Sorry to get so deep on you. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. As always, I have private video readings available in the description below. And if you've watched this far, I truly appreciate you.